The Young and the Restless spoilers preview video for the week of December 9 to 13 reveals that Michael Baldwin will deliver some big news at the cottage. Sharon Newman will be there along with Nick Newman and Mariah Copeland, so Michael will share some important updates. After Michael admits Chance Chancellor got the toxicology report back on Sharon's pill bottle, Nick will ask if they found anything. Chance agreed to divulge the findings to Sharon's lawyer, so Michael will be the one to fill in Sharon, Nick, and Mariah. Will Nick's hunch be proven right? Will there be something very wrong about Sharon's old meds? It seems obvious that Jordan and Ian Ward have them tampered with, so we'll see how long it takes the puzzle pieces to come together for Nick. In the meantime, Nate Hastings will hire a private eye recommended by Devin Winters, so he'll tell Audra Charles about that decision. This private investigator will be tasked with finding Damien, so Nate will make a prediction about potentially coming face-to-face with his half-brother before long. I&R's weekly preview video also shows Jordan pushing Ian to make a bold move. Although Ian has been holed up in that crummy motel for a while now, he's actually free to roam around town if he wants. Ian isn't a fugitive like Jordan since he scored his freedom legitimately. That's why Jordan will think Ian should finally get out there and see the world. After Ian acknowledges that it's been a long time since he did that, he'll just hope the dear people of Genoa City are ready for him. Of course, the sight of Ian is sure to infuriate plenty of characters. It could also raise red flags for Nick and make him wonder if Ian had a hand in what's going on with Sharon. Regardless, the Young and the Restless spoilers say Ian will indeed go public and send shockwaves soon enough, so stay tuned. This is where you want to be for the hottest Young and the Restless spoilers, predictions, updates, and news, so drop by regularly for more Y&R info. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Pulse Canvas. It's me, Julie, here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching, so let's dive into today's video. The Young and the Restless spoilers, December 9 to 13, 2024. A tangle of deceit, Sharon's fate and the battle for power. As the web of lies and betrayals continued to unravel in Genoa City, the consequences of the unfolding drama weighed heavily on everyone involved. The poisonings, accusations, and dark games played by Jordan and Ian had set the stage for a battle that no one could predict. Amid the chaos, one person seemed to be caught in the eye of the storm, Sharon. Jordan's guilt, a flicker of humanity. Jordan had always seen herself as a master manipulator, pulling strings to exact revenge and carry out her ruthless plans. Yet Sharon's plight stirred something unexpected in her, a sense of guilt or perhaps a brief flicker of humanity. Sharon, after all, was nothing more than Nick's ex-wife. She wasn't part of the powerful Newman family, yet she had become a pawn in a revenge game far bigger than her. To Jordan, targeting Sharon felt cruel, unnecessary, and unjust. Did Sharon really deserve such a fate? Ian's callous perspective, a warning to the Newmans. While Jordan was having second thoughts, Ian Ward saw Sharon differently. To him, she was merely a tool to strike fear into the heart of the Newman family. Ian believed Sharon's suffering would send a clear message. No one in Genoa City, not even the Newmans, was safe from retribution. Sharon's life didn't matter to Ian. What mattered was the fear he could instill, proving that anyone could be brought to their knees. Jordan's dilemma, the desire to save Sharon. Despite Ian's cold, calculated approach, Jordan couldn't shake the feeling that Sharon didn't deserve her fate. Maybe Jordan saw herself in Sharon, someone caught in the crossfire of a battle they never asked to be part of. In a rare moment of clarity, Jordan decided she needed to act. If Ian truly planned to harm Sharon, she couldn't let it happen. Saving Sharon became an urgent priority, even if it meant betraying her own plans. Phyllis and the legal battle, the search for justice. Meanwhile, Phyllis had her own vendetta against Sharon. Ever since the poisonings began, Phyllis had been consumed by anger. To Phyllis, Sharon represented a threat that had to be dealt with. She wanted Sharon behind bars for crimes she believed Sharon had committed. However, the evidence didn't support Phyllis's accusations. Every investigation and test pointed to Sharon's innocence. She was a victim, not the perpetrator. Phyllis's obsession only grew, convinced that Sharon was hiding something. For Phyllis, the truth seemed irrelevant. Her focus was on taking Sharon down, no matter the cost. Nick and Chance, the search for answers. Nick was desperate to uncover the truth about Sharon's poisoning. New evidence revealed it wasn't accidental. Someone had deliberately targeted Sharon. The investigation led to a shocking discovery. The pharmacist who supplied the poison had been arrested. Yet, even with this breakthrough, the case was far from over. Chance was determined to dig deeper, uncovering the full extent of the conspiracy that endangered Sharon's life. He knew there were still more layers to this mystery. Michael and Chance, a clash of interests. As Sharon's lawyer, Michael had his own agenda. His priority was to protect Sharon at all costs, focusing on the legal aspects of the case. Michael sought to extract information from the pharmacist, believing it was the key to identifying the mastermind. However, his priorities didn't always align with Chance's investigation, creating tension as they pursued their respective goals. The Young and the Restless, Y&R, spoilers for Monday, December 9 indicate some major plot twists as another week kicks off in Genoa City. Coming up on Young and the Restless, the test results are in as a character's freedom hangs in the balance, while someone manipulates their partner and an investigation is officially launched. What kind of drama is set to unravel on Monday? Time to dive right in. The Young and the Restless spoilers, the med test results are in. Y&R spoilers for Monday, December 9 note that Sharon Newman will feel rather pessimistic about what's to come as she awaits the results of the toxicology report. However, Nick Newman will be by her side with a sneaking suspicion that these lab results could change things for her case. As Chance Chancellor is now passing on the test results to Sharon's lawyer, Michael Baldwin, when he presents them, will the report reveal Sharon was given tampered meds? Were Jordan and Ian Ward able to pay off / blackmail / threaten a pharmacist into doing this? Y&R spoilers. Jordan Howard manipulates Ian Ward. Speaking of Y&R spoilers for Monday, December 9 suggests that Jordan will manipulate Ian into going public. She's been doing all the dirty work in gathering intel by donning disguises and heading into town, which places her at risk of getting caught by someone. During Monday's show, she'll encourage Ian to take advantage of his newfound freedom and leave the hotel room. After all, she's supposed to be in prison, so if she gets caught, Jordan would head back to jail. However, as Ian served his sentence, if someone sees him, all that it would do is create a little drama, and it may be fun for him to see the reaction of horror from some of his enemies, without them really being able to do anything about it. The Young and the Restless spoilers, Nate Hastings officially launches his search for his half-brother. Lastly, Y&R spoilers reveal that Nate Hastings will officially kick off the search for his half-brother search. It sounds like Devin Winters will connect Nate with that private investigator, and the initial steps to locate Damien will unfold. How long before Damien enters GC? Fans will have to tune in to find out. What storyline are you most excited about seeing on Monday? Comment below. Catch Y&R Daily on CBS and visit SOS often for the best Young and the Restless news, spoilers, and updates. The Young and the Restless spoilers weekly update for December 9 to 13 teases that Nick shares some disturbing news with Sharon, while Devin faces a dilemma after his return to Genoa City with Abby. Plus, Jordan becomes a whole new person. Tune in next week so you can catch all of the action in Genoa City. Weekly recap. Victor played his cards close to the vest. Nikki settled into her new role at Chancellor Enterprises. Phyllis and Summer went to Crimson Lights and demanded answers from Sharon. Nick crossed the line to help Sharon, and he got a chance to test her medication, which he fished out of the trash. Kyle romanced Claire, and they consummated their relationship. Jordan gathered intel for Ian while wearing a disguise. Jack had a proposal for Diane about relaunching a classic Jabot product. Michael counseled Sharon through a tough decision on how to plead her case, and she wanted to plead guilty, but he didn't want her to. Summer interrogated Kyle about Claire when she realized how close they were getting. Christine reluctantly helped Phyllis. Billy proved himself to Sally. Nick warned Adam to keep his distance from Sharon, but Adam wanted to help her too. Friday, December 6, 2024, episode number 13,015. Victor called Diane's bluff. Nikki questioned Jack's motives with everything he did to get back at Victor. Kyle received mixed signals from Summer. Next week's breakdown. Nick and Mariah shared disturbing news with Sharon. Jordan takes on a new persona. Kyle keeps the peace between Summer and Claire. Daniel and Phyllis demand justice for Heather. Abby and Devon return home. Ian crosses paths with someone from his past. Victor gets the upper hand against Jack. Sharon spies on Phyllis. Billy conspires with Diane. Victor tests Claire's loyalty. Lily makes a tough decision. Audra makes a promise to Nate. Sally evaluates her feelings for Billy. Phyllis's and Michael's friendship is tested. Nate asks Devon and Lily to give Audra a second chance. The Young and the Restless spoilers for December 9 to 13 focus on Victor manipulating another family member. Meanwhile, Sally evaluates her feelings for Billy while Lily makes a tough decision. Alliances and evaluations. Professionally, Billy and Phyllis may take on Victor together, but Billy knows he will have to pull out all the stops to defeat the mustache. So does he do something drastic and turn to Diane? Yes, Billy conspires with Diane, and it has to be about knocking the great Victor Newman down a few pegs. Warning: Billy better keep Diane and Phyllis separated at all times. Personally, Billy has been spending time with Sally. Even though the two say sleeping together wasn't a revenge play, it had to be a little bit, right? When Sally evaluates her feelings for Billy, what does she conclude? Will she see that this connection isn't much more than getting back at Adam and Chelsea? Of course, she might decide Billy's the one for her. However, Sally may have to realize that Billy's vendetta against Victor will take over his life sooner or later. Does she want that? Peace and loyalty. Summer kicked Chance to the curb, and she's been eyeing Kyle again. On the other end of the spectrum, Claire is in a good place. She and Kyle recently slept together, and they are growing closer every day. What could go wrong with their relationship? Summer could go wrong. Summer had better watch who she's messing with, but if she wants to go there with her formerly psycho cousin, so be it. Needless to say, Kyle suddenly has to keep the peace between Summer and Claire. Does he bring peace, or will bitterness and resentments prevail? It's official. Claire's a Newman. How do we know? Because Victor tests Claire's loyalty. That man just loves testing his family's loyalty. Will Claire suss out what her grandfather's doing, or does she fall for this test? And what will it have to do with Kyle? Because Newmans and Abbotts are like the Hatfields and McCoys. Obviously, that's not a good thing. Odds and ends. Abby and Devon return home from the honeymoon. Their new marriage glow probably doesn't last long because they walk right into drama in Genoa City. First, Lily makes a tough decision. The CEO without a company must be thinking long and hard about her next move. Is returning to Winters and working with her family again in her future. Next, Nate asks Devon and Lily to give Audra a second chance. Does he mean this personally or professionally? Because personally, they may be able to muster up the energy for another shot at getting along. But would they actually hire her back at Winters? The jury is out. It's time to check in with the town's newest dastardly duo, Ian and Jordan. Mr. Ward crosses paths with someone from his past. Any guesses? Maybe Nikki, Adam, or even Mariah. As for Jordan, she takes on a new persona. So she must have ditched the long blonde hair in favor of what? Braids? Red hair? What new look will she use to disguise herself so she can mill around the common folks of Genoa City undetected? The Young and the Restless spoilers for Monday, December 9, make it clear that Sharon just can't catch a break. Nick and Mariah are forced to tell her something she doesn't want to hear. Inconclusive. Sharon doesn't want to hear anything that might make her doubt that she killed Heather and ran Phyllis off the road. On the other hand, Nick and Mariah are determined to prove that she isn't responsible for any of it. This means doing things for Sharon that go against what Sharon wants. But it's what's best for her. Sharon will understand, eventually. So listen, Sharon, here's what we're doing for you now. Fake it till you break it. Jordan is very good at pretending to be someone she's not. She spent decades pretending to be someone who cared about her niece, Claire. She pretended to have rescued Claire from Victoria and Cole, evil parents who didn't want her. She taught Claire to pretend to be Nikki's perfect assistant, and they both pretended all sorts of things to set the Newmans up and kill them. So basically, yeah, Jordan is really good at assuming different personas. Now that she's back in Genoa City to team up with Ian to destroy pretty much everybody, it's time for a new act. We suspect this will be very similar to all of her old acts. Play nice. Kyle is divorced from Summer and dating Claire. Kyle likes being the center of attention. He pretends he doesn't like Summer and Claire squabbling over him. Kyle likes it a lot. He's going to act like he wants them to stop. The Young and the Restless scoop for Monday, December 9 reveals Sharon Newman will receive disturbing news from Michael Baldwin. Also coming up, Summer Newman will put the pressure on Kyle Abbott. Plus, Jordan Howard wants Ian Ward to fulfill his end of their bargain, and Claire Grace will be disappointed. My and our spoilers tease Summer will drop by the Abbott estate. She'll tell Kyle they should be the ones to tell Harrison Locke about Claire taking another job, but he's not so sure. We owe it to her to talk to him. On her terms, Kyle will tell Summer. I and our daily scoop. Harrison learns Claire is no longer his nanny. Then he'll ask if she's relieved that Harrison won't be spending as much time with Claire, and he'll ask if she has a problem with he and Claire's connection. You started a relationship with our son's nanny, and you didn't even have the decency to tell me about it, Summer will reply. But she'll say it's not about him or Claire, it's about Harrison. Their son will come downstairs and Summer will say they have news about Claire. They'll tell him she's going to be working with her grandmother. An excited Harrison will say he can't wait to see her new office after she picks him up from school. Kyle will tell him, unfortunately, she's going to have to focus on her new job full-time. Harrison will understand and say he hopes he'll still see a lot of Claire. Then Kyle will head to society, and he'll tell Claire that he and Summer told Harrison about her new job. Summer changed her mind and thought it would be best if we told him. But a disappointed Claire will say she thought she made it clear she wanted to tell him herself. Meanwhile, Ian will look out the motel window and pace around the room. Jordan will arrive and complain to him about that girl. He'll ask if there's any news. Oh yeah, she'll reply, and you're not gonna like it. Jordan will tell Ian she saw Sharon with Michael Baldwin. He's Victor's lapdog, and I can't bear him. Then she'll say she saw her niece with Kyle Abbott, and they were quite cozy. It's like she's forgotten everything I ever taught her. But Ian will want to know what she found out about Michael. It seems they had Sharon's drugs analyzed. They know about the PCP, she'll reply. A furious Ian will accuse Jordan of being sloppy and tell her she has to fix this. However, Jordan will remind him they had a deal, and he better not be considering reneging on their arrangement. Young and the Restless scoop. Jordan says it's time he held up his end. I have worked hard to advance your cause, and you have done nothing to hold up your end, Jordan will add. It's your turn. Then Ian will put on a black hat and sunglasses. I think you're actually excited about this, the thrill of it all, Jordan will say. And Ian will wonder how the dear residents of Genoa City will react when they see him. At Sharon's cabin, she'll sit with Nick Newman and Mariah Copeland. This will all be over soon, one way or another, and that brings me peace, she tell them. Then Michael will come to the door. He'll say Chancellor got the toxicology results. You were right, Nick, Michael will say. Someone tampered with the medication. He'll add the pills were laced with PCP, which causes hallucinations, aggression, and paranoia. A stunned Sharon will say she experienced all of those things. But she'll ask how the PCP got onto her pills in the first place. I just can't believe this, who would drug me? Mariah will say that she knew there was more to this, and Nick will concur. I have been completely out of it for months, Sharon will say incredulously. She'll want to go out, and Michael will tell her it's not a good idea. Nick will add that she could be in danger. He and Mariah will offer to go with her, but she'll say she needs some time alone. So Sharon will head to the park, and she'll flash back to what happened with Heather Stevens. Who would do this to me? She'll say to herself. Finally, Michael, Mariah, and Nick will head to society. Michael will say the meds could be just the beginning. Somebody tampered with Sharon's medication, Nick will say to Michael. We have to find out who and why before they strike again. The holiday season is upon us, and that means the families of Genoa City are coming together as they do every year on The Young and the Restless. The house is decked out with Christmas decor, the presents are wrapped, and Santa will soon be on his way. It's an exciting time, especially for the children, but will we get to see all the youngsters celebrate? Namely, will we find ALAC little Christian in the mix? The forgotten son. We don't get to see the children often on daytime. We get a few peeks here and there and some fabulous scenes when one takes center stage. In recent weeks, we have had some screen time with Connor, Katie, Johnny, and even the babies Aria and Dominic. But we never ever see Christian. Sure, he's mentioned, but the last time we saw his face was years and years ago when Nick moved into his own mansion. The show clearly remembers the little boy exists. He was mentioned on the day of Abby's and Devon's wedding, but alas, we didn't get to see him. It seems the show has yet to get down to business and cast this legacy kiddo. A Christmas miracle. With Christmas coming up, we hope to get a few scenes over at Nick's house in the morning. It's high time Y&R brings on a child to fill those shoes and give Christian the same level of attention as the other kids. We want to see him and Nick opening gifts, visiting the ranch, and taking part in all the holiday cheer. Not only that, but we want to see him with Adam too. Oh, the drama. Is Christian old enough now to learn his father is really his uncle and his uncle is really his daddy? Johnny recently learned the truth about his mother, so why not get into it with Christian too? Think of the family feud that will happen if Adam gets to know his son better and decides to spill the secret as a way to bond. Nick would go ballistic. This storyline has been hanging in the air for far too long. It's beyond time to get the ball rolling, bring Christian to the forefront, have his two dads reconcile this part of their past, and truly bring the boy into the Newman fold as a fully fleshed out character. The Young and the Restless spoilers, a twisted plot against Sharon. The world seemed to come crashing down for Sharon when she made a horrifying discovery in her own medicine cabinet. As she sifted through her prescriptions, her heart sank. Among her regular medications was a mysterious substance, PCP, a dangerous and illegal hallucinogen capable of causing severe damage to the nervous system. This was no ordinary mistake. Someone had deliberately tampered with her medication, and the implications were terrifying. Sharon wasn't just the victim of a misunderstanding, she was a target, and the stakes were far higher than she could have imagined. Sharon's first reaction was sheer panic. How could this happen to her? The thought of someone deliberately trying to harm her was shocking and deeply unsettling. PCP wasn't a substance to be trifled with. It could cause severe hallucinations, violent behavior, and permanent neurological damage if consumed long enough. Her mind raced as she tried to piece together the motives behind such an attack. Who would want to hurt her this badly, and why? Was this just the beginning of something darker and more dangerous? Sharon's fear quickly turned into anger. How dare anyone invade her life in such a horrific way? She had always been kind and compassionate, working through her own struggles, yet here she was, caught in a web of malice and deceit. Before she could spiral into despair, Michael stepped in. Seeing the devastation in her eyes, he immediately pulled her into his arms to calm her down. "Sharon, breathe," he said softly, keeping her grounded. "We'll figure this out, okay? We'll make sure you're safe. Just focus on staying calm." Sharon tried to hold it together, but the sense of betrayal weighed heavily on her. Why would someone do this to me, Michael? What did I do to deserve this? How could they try to destroy my life like this? Michael, familiar with Sharon's pain, understood the importance of staying level-headed. The attack on her was personal, and finding the perpetrator was crucial. "We'll get to the bottom of this, I promise. You're not alone in this fight." Ian and Jordan, sinister plots unveiled. Meanwhile, the dark forces behind Sharon's torment were already at work. Jordan's conversation with Ian Ward revealed just how sinister their plan had been. Ian was furious as Jordan delivered her report. Their carefully crafted scheme to manipulate Sharon had failed miserably. "It's over," Jordan said, frustration lacing her voice. The plan backfired. Sharon's too smart for this to work. Ian's fury was palpable. "We couldn't have planned this more carefully. What went wrong?" Jordan explained, "Someone must have interfered. The PCP in her medication wasn't supposed to be found so soon. If we had kept her on it long enough, she would have been irreparably damaged, physically and mentally. But now, the whole plan is in jeopardy." The masterminds had devised a scheme to use Sharon as a pawn. By lacing her medication with PCP, they hoped to control her through fear and manipulation. The longer she unknowingly took the tainted pills, the more devastating the effects would have been. But now, someone had caught on too early, and everything was at risk. Nick and Chance, the investigation? Back in Genoa City, Nick and Chance were working tirelessly on their investigation. Discovering that Sharon had been deliberately poisoned with PCP was unsettling. Their immediate concern was the calculated nature of the crime. This wasn't a simple mistake or bad luck. This was intentional harm. Nick stood in stunned silence as he processed the news. "Who would go this far to hurt her?" he muttered. "This isn't just about Sharon. This is personal. This is a message." Chance, equally disturbed, shook his head. "The method is what's terrifying. PCP is a dangerous substance. If Sharon had taken it for long enough, the effects would have been irreversible. The consequences could have been catastrophic." The more they uncovered, the clearer it became that this was a deeply personal vendetta. Someone wanted to destroy Sharon's life and had gone to extreme lengths to do so. A race against time. With Sharon's life hanging in the balance, her loved ones, Michael, Nick, Chance, and others, realized the urgency of the situation. They needed to act quickly. But who could they trust? The idea that someone in their midst could commit such a heinous act left them all reeling. The conspiracy ran deeper than they'd anticipated, and the stakes were higher than ever. Through it all, Sharon had one thing on her side: the unwavering love and support of those around her. They vowed to protect her from further harm and uncover the truth behind the cruel scheme. As they prepared to face the unknown, one thing was certain: this battle would not be easy. But with the strength of her family and friends behind her, Sharon would fight to survive and reclaim her life. The story, though filled with dark twists, promised shocking revelations about Sharon's would-be assailants and the intricate web of intrigue surrounding her. As the journey unfolded, the characters' struggles and resilience would lead them toward justice, truth, and peace. The Young and the Restless spoilers tease that the Sudsers showed up big for November sweeps, bringing in lots of dramarama that's extending into December. Who else was stunned by the encore appearances of Jordan and Ian Ward, and as a team, no less? Not quite as novel is the awkward dance between Adam Newman and Chelsea Lawson. They had a one-nighter in Baltimore, and for a hot minute it looked like we were about to embark on Chatham 2.0. Nope, now it seems that the show is veering off into a wild direction. And here is what you need to know to be in the know. And our fans. The Young and the Restless spoilers, Chatham not destined to be. Adam, being the skank that he is, was willing to give Chelsea another go after Sally Spectra dumped him. But Chelsea has made a wise decision in spurning her ex. Which leads us to Adam's next possible ex-escapade, Sharon Newman. On the December 5 episode, fans saw what many believe is a huge hint about Adam's next conquest. And our spoilers. Is Adam Newman looking to hook up with Sharon Case? Adam arrived at Newman Enterprises to hear Nick Newman and Michael Baldwin talking about Sharon's defense strategy for her murder charge of killing Heather Stevens. Nick told Adam the convo was none of his business and read him the riot act about being pure poison for Sharon. Not surprisingly, Adam took exception to the dressing down. Nick believes that there is something fishy going on in this case, and he is right. The last thing he needs is for Hothead Adam to start mucking things up. The Young and the Restless spoilers, Sharon confessed to murder. But Adam laughed at the idea of White Knight Nick thinking he's the one to save Sharon. Things got so heated between the brothers that Nick told Adam not to interfere with their ex. Hitch pretty much guarantees that Adam will do the exact opposite, especially now that both Sally and Chelsea have snubbed him. Tell us why, and our fans, do you want to see a Chatham reunion, or do you think it's time for Sharon and Adam to move on? The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that Christmas is rapidly approaching, so that'll bring some good opportunities for holiday fun. People often dress as Santa Claus this time of year to entertain kids and take cute photos, so will Santa pop up in Genoa City? If he does, then we can certainly imagine Ian Ward donning a holly jolly disguise that helps him steal Sharon Newman's granddaughter. Ian has been targeting Sharon ever since he showed up in town, but he may up the ante soon enough. After all, Michael Baldwin could get Sharon off the hook based on the toxicology report and the discovery of PCP being added to her meds. Sharon could end up a free woman who's happy with her family, so that's not going to work for Ian. Plus, Y and R spoilers say Maria Copeland will become a target as Ian's storyline moves along. If Ian goes after area Porter Copeland, then he could hurt both Sharon and Mariah. Ian might transform himself into Santa Claus with a red suit and a fake beard. Perhaps Ian will ho his way into making everyone believe he's just a harmless part of some community holiday festivities. 1 minute area could be on Santa's knee, and the next, they could both be gone. That's the kind of thing that could send Mariah and Sharon into panic mode. It could also lead to Ian making some demands and perhaps luring the mother-daughter duo somewhere. Ian might force Sharon and Mariah to respond to a message about the kidnapping, one that warns them to come without the cops or else. It's possible Ian will want to wipe both Mariah and Sharon off the map over past grudges. Ian could use Area as bait and get the two women he's really hoping to target in a secluded location. If Ian decides Sharon is probably going to walk free, this could be his backup plan for chaos and destruction. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Ian will continue to prove he's quite the troublemaker, so stick with us for more predictions on his sinister plans and updates on all the shocking news to come. The holiday season is upon us, and that means the families of Genoa City are coming together as they do every year on The Young and the Restless. The house is decked out with Christmas decor, the presents are wrapped, and Santa will soon be on his way. It's an exciting time, especially for the children. But will we get to see all the youngsters celebrate? Namely, will we finally see little Christian in the mix? The forgotten son. We don't get to see the children often on daytime. We get a few peeks here and there, and some fabulous scenes when one takes center stage. In recent weeks, we have had some screen time with Connor, Katie, Johnny, and even the babies Aria and Dominic. But we never ever see Christian. Sure, he's mentioned, but the last time we saw his face was years and years ago, when Nick moved into his own mansion. The show clearly remembers the little boy exists. He was mentioned on the day of Abby's and Devon's wedding, but alas, we didn't get to see him. It seems the show has yet to get down to business and cast this legacy kiddo. A Christmas miracle. With Christmas coming up, we hope to get a few scenes over at Nick's house in the morning. It's high time My and R brings on a child to fill those shoes and give Christian the same level of attention as the other kids. We want to see him and Nick opening gifts, visiting the ranch, and taking part in all the holiday cheer. Not only that, but we want to see him with Adam too. Oh, the drama! Is Christian old enough now to learn his father is really his uncle and his uncle is really his daddy? Johnny recently learned the truth about his mother, so why not get into it with Christian too? Think of the family feud that will happen if Adam gets to know his son better and decides to spill the secret as a way to bond. Nick would go ballistic. This storyline has been hanging in the air for far too long. It's beyond time to get the ball rolling, bring Christian to the forefront, have his two dads reconcile this part of their past, and truly bring the boy into the Newman fold as a fully fleshed out character. The Young and the Restless spoilers note that as fans anxiously await the lab results on Sharon Newman's faulty medication, it's hard not to believe that this could all turn around and bite Nick Newman in the butt. Michael Baldwin seems to believe that going to Chance Chancellor and having the meds tested with the police lab wasn't the way to go. Things could get worse for Sharon before they get better. Is there any hope that the truth will come out about Jordan and Ian Ward's involvement in Heather Stevens' murder? The Young and the Restless spoilers, partners in crime. Y and R spoilers indicate that Jordan and Ian make quite the pair of villains. However, it does seem as if Jordan is doing most of the work, and Ian is getting most of the payoff. The whole point of their collaboration is to help each other get back at those they hate the most in Genoa City. While Sharon is technically a Newman, Jordan would prefer to strike at her former in-laws than her. Plus, Jordan continues to risk her freedom by going out and about in town, looking for intel for Ian. There was a scene a couple of weeks back when Ian and Jordan were chatting about their plan. Jordan didn't exactly like being bossed around, and fans know Ian can be demanding. Could Ian start to rub Jordan the wrong way? My and R spoilers. Jordan to Sharon Newman's rescue. Jordan's an interesting character because despite being a vile person, fans love to hate her. While she's done some dastardly things, her disguises, being overdramatic, and overall craftiness are entertaining. Still, the constant exits and returns are becoming redundant, so perhaps the Y and R writing team has an end game with Jordan. After all, how many ways can she escape prison and death at this point? Still, if the show were to redeem the character, she could stick around the canvas, right? Jordan may get fed up with Ian and his ways and come forward to tell everyone the truth. Sharon has a heart of gold, so perhaps after Jordan saves her from prison, she could visit the older lady in jail/custody and realize that she isn't evil, she just needs therapy or maybe medication. Sharon herself did some vile things while her meds were tampered with. She may feel that had she not had Nick by her side, she'd be in the same position Jordan is. Maybe all Jordan needs is some therapy or medication for an unknown mental health illness or condition. Could this mean that the character might be on the road to redemption? It would be all the show needs to do to keep Jordan around and on screen for the foreseeable future. Do you think Jordan could come forward to save Sharon? Comment below. Catch the CBS Soap Daily so you don't miss a moment of the drama, and visit SOS for the best Young and the Restless news, spoilers, and updates in daytime drama. The Young and the Restless next week spoilers say Ian Ward unveils himself plus Sharon Newman is shocked by test results from the GCPD lab. And our spoilers the week of December 9th. Ian Ward is fresh from prison, is ready to make his presence known in Genoa City. So he takes advice from Jordan Howard. Ian decides to get out of the motel room and go public. Ian's on parole on Young and the Restless, so he's free to roam. Michael Baldwin tells Nick Newman and Sharon Newman the results are back. The GCP lab tested Sharon's old medication. I suspect they'll find some sort of hallucinogen in the mix. Let us know what you think. Nate's relationship with Amy Lewis takes a turn on Young and the Restless as he decides to help her find her son, Damien, who also happens to be Nate's half-brother. Audra Charles offers her support to Nate as he embarks on this emotional journey. The Young and the Restless spoilers and updates reveal Nick Newman is determined to get to the bottom of the chaos surrounding Sharon Newman's medication. He can't shake the feeling that something significant is amiss. After all, Sharon wouldn't have fallen into such a deep spiral for no reason. The Young and the Restless spoilers, medicine tampering or switch? Nick persuaded Chance Chancellor to analyze the remnants of Sharon's old pill stash, since it seemed she started the bizarre behavior when she started those pills. While Sharon is currently stable on a new dosage, Nick has concerns that the previous batch and its container might reveal clues about her mental breakdown. There have been discussions suggesting a possible pharmacy-related issue, raising the question of whether Ian Ward and Jordan enlisted a dubious pharmacist to assist them. This pharmacist could be involved through bribery, intimidation, or a combination of both, making them a potential accomplice. It's possible that this pharmacist provided Sharon with a different medication that triggered her hallucinations and chaotic behavior, or for that matter, the pills could have been tampered with by someone. My and our spoilers. The pharmacist will be in the hot seat. If the theory about the pharmacist proves true, it won't be long before this pharmacist finds himself in a precarious position, and possibly under arrest if Nick doesn't get to him first. Nick might very well decide to track this individual down and subject them to a thorough questioning soon enough. Additionally, Chance could take it upon himself to confront the pharmacist on behalf of the GCPD and put the pressure on. However, for Nick, this hits close to home. He cannot bear the thought of the mother of his children facing imprisonment for something she didn't do. According to upcoming spoilers, Nick is determined to dig deeper into the situation and work tirelessly to keep Sharon out of prison. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Nick Newman won't give up until he finds the right answers. It's a certainty that Nick will remain engaged and could uncover some critical insights as he goes. If this shady pharmacist ends up being revealed, Nick could trace leads back to Jordan and Ian. Everything hinges on what the pharmacist may confess when pushed into a corner, so we will keep you updated with more predictions about the investigation. According to upcoming spoilers, Nick will keep supporting Sharon, so keep watching for all the exciting developments coming your way. And should the pharmacist have a provable alibi, there's someone else. Jordan knows her way around the hospital. She could have tampered with or switched Sharon's medication. No one really knows how long Jordan and Ian have really been in town.